My name is Barnhill, and today I've brought a special speaker for you, Jason Wilcox, and he's with Cannabis Canada.
Hello all. Jason, just before you begin, please. Janine, you and I talked, did we not?
I talked with
well,
Susan.
Certainly, I think I phoned you as well, we chatted, but...
Oh, you're right.
You know, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I wasn't sure that your presentation was relevant to the police board. Having said that, I wanted to err on the side of being generous, so I agreed to let you speak. I wasn't aware that you were going to bring a surrogate to speak on your behalf. Fair enough, we'll listen attentively, but when someone appears as a delegation, the expectation is that individual will be speaking as opposed to bringing others, so I was not aware that Ken was going to come and speak on your behalf. Again, I will try to be magnanimous and allow this to proceed, but if I sense that we're drifting away from something that is really of significance to the police board, I reserve the right as chair to bring the proceedings to a halt. So please, Ken, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thanks to the police board. I'm just going to ask that I take a chair. I am 16 years with HIV and AIDS, and my medication just kind of to bring me down.
No problem. Help yourself.
Thanks. What I'm here to speak to you today about, I'm a new resident here at Abbotsford, and there's been some recent decisions made in the courts, including the Barron decision, which I've provided that brought with me today for the committee paperwork. It's a 59-page decision by a Supreme Court justice, basically laying out kind of what the future direction is for patients like myself and users. And I know that I only got 5 minutes, so I got a brief period of time to kind of get into what the key things were. So in this case, there was an issue of supply, and then there was an issue of demand. And they were looking at these key issues, and the judge found that the supply from the federal government for cannabis users like myself is inadequate, is arbitrary and unconstitutional. And what reflects this are some of the statistics that I brought with me here today. As of January 4th, 2008, there was 2,812 persons who hold an authorization to possess, which also gives them the option to cultivate. Now, of those 2,800 persons, it's interesting to note that 2,017 of those persons cultivate their own cannabis or have somebody cultivate it for them. What's even more interesting to note is that since 2001, since the inception of this program, there has only been 557 people to order from the federal supply, of which only 116 have ordered for more than 4 months. And we sit here today with people like myself who have to drive an hour into town to access other dispensaries. And what I'm proposing here today is how receptive would Abbotsford be to a dispensary, to being able to service the medical community here that needs it. The evidence has been put forth, the statistics and the actual decision really speaks for itself. So I'm not going to try and sell you on any cannabis fixes this or cannabis fixes that. It really comes down to ethics, because the end user like myself, okay, I shouldn't have to rely on a corner street drug dealer that I don't want to, when there could be a more reasonable route. One where the city, similar to Victoria, Mr. Mayor, I'm sure you can understand what understand that proclamations are in effect in Victoria. Mayor Lowe for several years signed in a proclamation allowing both compassion clubs in Victoria to operate until such time as the federal government can make the supply effective for end users like myself. Now that I'm out here for medical reasons, okay, and living with my family and with my daughter, I don't have access. And I'm trying to find ways that may be workable, and also to make it as transparent as possible to the city of Abbotsford as to what some of my intentions are and what some of the direction that we hope to go in the most transparent and legal way possible, given the current laws and the current duress that this country is in relation to cannabis. Thank you all very much for listening.
Ken. Thanks for coming. Any questions for Ken? Janine, when I talked to her on the phone, and indeed in her application here as a delegation, talked about a compassion club. Talk about that concept. What is a compassion club?
I'm happy you asked that, sir, because actually Cannabis in Canada is actually an educational arm that I have. And this is actually my terms of reference. I've submitted this for the committee as well, because it's quite a long terms of reference. Nobody wants to really read through a terms of reference. However, I will give you our guiding principles. Cannabis in Canada believes that a person has the right to make fundamental decisions of fundamental importance, which includes the right to choose and access cannabis as a medical therapy. We believe inadequacies create different opportunities and life chances for individuals, which are reflected in such measures as their level of education, health status, nutrition, treatment by the justice system, and financial status. And with the recent influx of 300 people moving to Abbotsford, basically because of Expo, I mean, rather than have a huge number of drug houses in Abbotsford, I think logic would dictate to look at a cannabis dispensary, maybe with a proclamation similar to Victoria, in such a way that everybody could work together, and the right people are being helped, and the people who shouldn't be being helped, that don't qualify, well, then they're finding their own way, and they're taking their own risk. But people like myself are left shaking here in front of you guys, trying to explain why I want to get my medicine and why I should be allowed. When really back in 1988, Terry Parker won the right. Then later, he challenged him again and won the right to cultivate. So, I mean, we're talking $20 million of taxpayers' dollars and only 2,800 people licensed. You know, it's scary. This is, I mean, in terms of reference, I implore all, please take a read through it. This is really what we're about. We're educational. We're not operational. We don't sell cannabis through the internet. We're not involved in any of that. All we do is educate. We go out, we educate, because we feel that's the only way to really try and get change. And I implore all to go through there. I don't want to waste your time trying to read through. Unless you have further questions, I'd be more than happy.
Have you got a copy of that you can leave?
Yes, I'll left a copy for you.
Fine. Thank you very much for your delegation.
Thank you, sir.
Motion received. Kevin, Ted, all those in favor? Carried. Thank you very much.